Aloha friends, and welcome back to Aloha Jen's Beauty Blog. I have a get ready video for you today featuring the Aether Beauty Amethyst palette. It's this look I created here, so if you want to see how I got this look. Okay guys, here we are in this get ready with me with the Aether Beauty Amethyst palette. So first off is I am going to do my base with you guys on camera because I'm going to show you how I use the Tati Blendiful. So first I'm going to apply my Fitglow Vita Active Foundation, and I use one pump, and this is in the shade VF3. And what I like to do is I apply it with my fingers first by spreading it onto my skin, and I start at the center of my skin or my face because that's where I need the most coverage to help hide my redness. So I just kind of spread it onto my skin like so. And then what I do is I take the Fitglow Beauty Vegan Teddy brush and I stipple it into my skin just like this, just to kind of get it spread out into the skin. I don't use the Blendiful to apply my foundation. I just use it to smooth it out after I stipple it in because I find it absorbs way too much of my foundation and I have to use like 2.5 pumps instead of just one pump. And so it becomes wasteful. And as we know, the Fitglow foundation is not cheap. So then I'm going to take the Blendiful. Here we go. It's freshly washed. And I'm going to press this foundation into my skin. I really like this because it gives me more of a skin-like finish versus it looking like I have makeup on. And I like for my foundation to look as natural as possible. I'm not like a full coverage girl. I like a natural skin-like finish. The reason why I wear foundation is because I have a lot of redness in my skin, and if I get embarrassed or if I have spicy food, it's hot, I get really, really red in my face. So I actually need a little bit more because since it's freshly cleansed, it kind of absorbed some of my foundation there. So I'm just going to put a little bit more coverage here on my cheeks and a little bit on my nose. Okay, and so I'm just going to press this in. You have to be careful with the Fitglow foundation because I find if you try to build this up and you don't really let it dry in between the building up, it can have a tendency to look cakey on the skin. Okay, so just a fair warning, guys, little Miss Molly is in here with me. My husband is out for a bike ride, and so if she hears him, she is probably going to bark like crazy. Okay, so next I'm going in with some concealer. This is the Fitglow Conceal Plus in the shade C3. Now I'm going to take their concealer brush and use it to tap it in. This I can blend my concealer just perfectly with. It blends it in really nicely. But if you need some more blending, you can take the Blendiful. Miss Molly is moaning and groaning here. You hear her? She's becoming bossy, I'm telling you. Okay, so I'm just going to take the Blendiful and just kind of blend it in a little bit more just to give it that natural skin-like finish. Come here. Come say hi. Here's my little cutie, guys. Look at how cute she is. I just gave her a bath yesterday, and so she's all nice and fluffy. Say hi, Miss Molly. Can you give me a kissy? Thank you. Okay, go be a good girl, okay? Okay, thank you. Go lay down. She's so cute, right? So that's all I'm going to do for concealer for right now. After I'm done doing my eyeshadow, I will do concealer underneath my eyes. just because sometimes I have a tendency to get some fallout with the Aether Beauty palettes. So next I'm gonna do some contouring with the Fitglow Lumi Sculpt. This is new, and I'm going to use their brush. I forgot the name of this, but it's the one that's designed specifically for the Lumis. I'm gonna take this more tapered side and I'm gonna swirl it into the Lumi pot. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna place it right here underneath my cheekbone. I have to get a little bit more. As you can see, like, this doesn't really show up on me. I thought it was actually gonna be a little bit darker than what it is, but we can work with it. Okay, so I'm not gonna use this end to blend it out with. I'm gonna use this for another Lumi. So I'm gonna take my foundation brush and I just brush this up like so, kind of create a little contour there in my cheeks. And it looks like I need a little bit more on this side. So I'm just gonna take what's left on the brush here and brush it up. Okay, so we got a little bit of a contour there. I don't like to wear this underneath my chin because I find that the cream products transfer really easily, so I'm going to avoid that. But I am going to put on my eyeshadow primer, and the primer that I use right now, because I haven't found an alternative, is still the BareMinerals Prime Time. So now BareMinerals considers themselves a clean line, but you do have to watch out for some of their products. This one, I'm okay with the ingredients. I love the way it performs. It really holds on to the eyeshadow, guys. It's so good. So I'm gonna let that set for just a second, and I'm gonna show you the colors I'm going to use. So I am gonna go into the Fitglow Day Palette here, and I'm gonna use the shade Coconut as a highlight shade on my brow. And then from the Aether Beauty Palette, I am going to use this shade Mystic on the inner part of my eye lid. And then I'm gonna use, I think it's called Transformation on the outer corner of my eye, a little bit into my crease. In my full crease, I'm gonna use this color called Meditation. And then I'm going to line with this color right here, which is called Protection. And I'm gonna blend it out with, I think that's called Protection. No, I'm gonna line with Amethyst and I'm gonna blend it out with Protection, just to kind of give you an overview. Okay, so first off, I'm gonna start with my brow color, and I'm gonna take some Coconut from the Day Palette here, and I'm just going to place it here on my brow bone. The Fitglow eyeshadows are really pigmented. A little bit goes a long way. You can easily pick up too much of a color, but they're easy to blend out. Okay, so now that I have that in my brow highlight, I'm gonna go into the Aether Beauty palette and I'm going to use the shade Mystic. Now this is a duochrome. It looks like a light sort of lavender, like a very iridescent lavender in the pan, but when you apply it, it sort of has a look of like a pinkish color, then it goes lavender. But the duochromes you apply with your finger, and I really want to warm it up here just to get a good coat of color. And I'm just going to apply that here on the inner part of my eye. And do the same thing on the other one. So this color doesn't really show up on me, but you'll see it more once I apply the other shadows. It'll look really pretty. So the reason why I'm using Coconut from the Day palette, you can use Fizz from the Night palette too, is just that this palette, as you can see, they don't really have a really light shade except for Mystic. And I'm not really a fan of using Mystic on my brow bone. I prefer something either matte or that has like a satin finish, not too sparkly. or too shimmery, I mean. Okay, so now I have a good coat of that on. I'm gonna go into my crease contour and I'm going to use this shade called Meditation. Now this looks taupe in the pan, but when you apply it, you see how I get like some kickback there? Their mattes are pretty powdery, guys. So be careful with your brush. But so this looks taupe in the pan, but when you apply it, it's like a lavender color, guys. So I'm just gonna take this and go back and forth into my crease like so. Just get a light, nice transition color. And I'm gonna take some more and go into the other crease here. So this is my favorite crease brush. It's by BareMinerals, as if you guys know, if you've been following me for a while, that I love this crease brush. I'm not sure if they make it anymore, but I will tell you that the quality of BareMinerals brushes are not that good anymore like they used to be. I've had this brush for quite a while and it's lasted me a long time. And I have quite a few of them too, by the way. I love it. I haven't found a brush yet. There is this brush by Scott Barnes that I want to pick up that looks really nicely. I think it's like I can't remember the name of it, but it looks like it would be really lovely for the crease. So I'm just taking that shade Meditation and I'm blending it up to mesh it with my highlight shade. And sometimes with their matte shades, if I blend too much, with the Aether palettes, they do not really stick to my skin, guys. I have a hard time with them, even with the eyeshadow primer. Okay, so that looks even. So next I am going to take this color right here, which I think is called Transformation. Yes, so Transformation, and I'm gonna apply it right here on the outer corner of my eye. And then I'm going to apply it a little bit into my crease. So I'm going to take the Fitglow double-ended eye brush, and I'm just going to dip into this color. I love Aether Beauty's shimmers. I think they're really pretty. She does a really good job on the formulation of these. Their matte's not so good. Sometimes I do have to apply these a little bit darker than what I would normally wear it because me and this formula, we have a hard time working together. So I think that these are beautiful palettes. I love the colors in them. I love the color stories, but the formula just does not last on me. It fades quickly, and on my eyes, it usually creases within the first 2 hours, even with an eyeshadow primer. But I love the colors, guys. It's so pretty. So I went ahead and applied Transformation to the outer corner of my eye, and I'm just taking what's left over on my brush and applying it on the outer crease there. And I'm gonna grab some more and go over to this eye and apply it to my outer crease here, or my outer eye. Can I talk today? Sorry, guys. So I have been loving this look. I think it's really pretty. I wanted to bring it to you guys for Valentine's Day, and I apologize for not getting a video out for Valentine's Day. I recorded it and it just did not come out really well. So it's late, but still a pretty look that you can wear anytime. Not just for Valentine's Day, but I love purples. I think they're so pretty. So now I'm going to blend this out here on my crease a little bit. I want to soften the edges just a little bit, and I'm going to have to take a closer look here. So I want to soften this just a little bit more so it just doesn't look muddled together. Okay, I think that looks good. Sometimes it's kind of hard to tell if it looks good or not. Okay, I'll have to fix this one right here. I'll fix a little bit of both. Okay. Now I'm gonna soften it. Oh, what did I do with my brush? So many silver handles, I can't find it. Okay. Okay, and I'm gonna take a little bit more of Transformation and put it on my lower lid here, just to kind of darken it a little bit more. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to line my eyes, and I'm going to take this shade, which is called Amethyst, and I'm going to line my outer and lower corners of my eye. Okay, so for this, I'm going to take a really good close look. So I'm just going to take this and put it on the lower or upper lash line. This is going to be kind of like a Amethyst Smoky eye, guys. Okay, and then I'm going to take it and put it on my lower lash line here. Okay, and then I'm going to go into it again and do the other side. And this is a soft focus liner brush from BareMinerals. You guys have heard me talk about this. Sometimes, I'm sorry if I keep repeating, but I know you guys want to know what brushes I'm using. I really need to probably get some new ones, so in case you guys are looking for new brushes like I am, that you can purchase them instead of me using things you can't purchase anymore. Okay, so that bottom lash line does look a little bit messy, but don't worry, I'm going to clean it up really nicely. Okay, so I did get some fallout, and that's normal for when you're using shadows to line your eyes. Okay, so next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this liner blending brush, and I'm gonna go into this color right here. It's called Protection. It's like a satin shimmer taupe. We'll call it a shimmery taupe. And I'm just gonna coat my brush with it. I'm gonna line the inner corners and blend out the amethyst shade with this. Okay, go and do the other side now. Yep, see? He's not home yet, but she still went off. Okay. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna clean this up. So first off, I'm gonna just take a Q-tip and kind of blend out this a little bit more and kind of thin out the line a little bit. And then I'm going to take my Fitglow concealer in C2.5, and let me get that. Okay, C2.5, and I'm just gonna place it like 4 dots on each side here, and maybe a little bit more. And I'm going to take the concealer brush, and what I'm gonna do is see how I kind of went a little bit too far down here too. I'm gonna take the concealer and kind of blend that out too. So what I like to do first is kind of just dab it into the skin, and then I take this edge right here and I take it and bring it up underneath my eye, just like that, and up onto the side there. And this will give you a nice clean line and blend in your concealer perfectly and help with any sort of messiness that you get from shadow fallout. And then it's a really nice trick, and it's one of the reasons why I love this brush so much, guys. See how it cleaned up my eyeshadow there really nicely? Okay, so next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the Blendiful and I'm going to blend that concealer in a little bit more to the rest of my makeup. And this also helps with smoothing out any kind of lines that if the concealer kind of steeps into. Go a little bit on my nose because my nose just is not liking makeup today. Okay, so there is my concealer. Next, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back into the Aether Beauty palette and I'm gonna grab the shade Mystic, and I'm just gonna apply a little bit more to my eyelid. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. My husband needed to come in here. Okay, so I'm going to take the shade Mystic and I'm gonna apply a little bit more of that to my inner lower eye here, just to kind of make it pop a little bit more. Okay, so there we go with that. And you can take Mystic and put it here, you know, in between the inner corners of your eyes, but I'm actually gonna take Coconut and put Coconut right there from the Fitglow Day Palette in the inner corners of my eyes. There, just to kind of brighten them up a little bit. Okay, so that is it for the eyes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my powder on, and then I am going to put some blush on, and then I will do my brows and my mascara off camera. Okay, so I'm just gonna apply some powder here underneath my eyes to set my concealer. Put some right here, and I'm probably gonna use the Blendiful to blot this down. With the Blendiful, it does work good for powder too. Like I'll take some, but you have to use a lot of it. And right now, I am using this Fitglow powder sparingly because they are completely sold out of it right now. And it's the only powder that I can use on my skin that doesn't irritate it. Powders with cornstarch in them irritate my skin and clog my pores. And silica, I try to avoid it because what happens is the silica really dries out my skin, guys. So with the Blendiful, I do have to use quite a bit of powder, but what I like about it is that it does give me a really lovely airbrushed look with the powder. Okay, so that's it for my powder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Han Cosmetics bronzer in Malibu, and I'm going to apply this underneath my jawline here, just to kind of, you know, sculpt it out and define it, and to kind of disguise my turkey neck. I have a little gobble gobble there that's forming. It's hereditary. Okay, so that's all I do. I don't usually apply any bronzer on my forehead because I have bangs and you never see it, so I don't go into that. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is apply my blush, and we're going to use the Lumi Buff. This is new. It's so pretty, guys. I'm going to take the Fitglow Lumi brush, and I'm going to take the fluffier end, and I'm just going to swirl it here into the container. I'm going to smile and just apply this to the apples of my cheeks. Okay, and go over to the other side. So you can apply this with your fingers too. Okay, and then what's nice about the Blendiful is if you get it too far somewhere, or maybe too much, you can take it and you can blend your cream shadow. You can do all this with the Beauty Blender too. Okay, so there's Buff. And so next what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Fitglow Glam Palette, and I'm going to use the highlight shade in Moonlight. I love this highlighter. It's just like a really pretty soft champagne color. I love it that it's not chunky. Chunky highlighters do not look good on me because they really make my pores stand out, guys. So I just apply a little bit of this to the top of my cheekbones, down my nose, on my cupid's bow, and then I pat a little bit on my chin just to give me that really nice glow. Okay, so I'm gonna go off camera and do my brows and my mascara, and then I will come back. Oh, and the lip color of choice I'm going to be using for this look is Nudie. I'll apply some right now on camera for you guys. It's such a pretty color with this look. It goes really well with the Buff Lumi pot. And then also you can use Buff lip color serum. You can use Gleam, but I love Nudie. It's my favorite lip color serum. Okay, so I'm gonna go finish up my makeup and we'll close out, and I'll show you what the completed look looks with. Okay guys, so here is the completed look. Such a beautiful eye look, right? Everything all together. I really, really love it. I have been wearing this look for the last couple of weeks, and I really, really love it. I love plums, berries, and purples on my eyes. They give my eyes like this aqua color. My blue eyes are like a chameleon blue eyes. They change different types of blue just depending on the color of eyeshadow that I wear. And when I wear colors like this, they tend to look a little bit on the aqua side. So I really love the color story of this palette. I just wish the formula and I got along a little bit better. So I love the shimmers. I think it's a beautiful formula, but the mattes I find are a little bit too powdery and don't really blend that well on me. Also, they're not the same color as what they appear to be on the pan. When you apply them to the skin, they tend to turn into a different color. The duochromes are cool. I like them. They're cool. I just wish that you could apply them with a brush instead of your finger. Now, the reason why I say this formula and I do not get along well is because they fade on me really fast. I wish there was more pigmentation in here, because if there was more pigmentation, then the colors wouldn't fade on me like how they do. So in a couple of hours, this is going to really fade. I'm going to get some creasing on my eyelids. Even though I used an eye primer, I will still crease and this will fade. And this is the only eyeshadow, these are the only eyeshadows, all the Aether shadows, they all fade on me, even with my eye primer. The eye primer I use, I never have that issue with any of my other eyeshadows, but with Aether palettes I do. And I think maybe it might be because they have a lot of, there's butters and oils in here, so that could be it. But it is a beautiful formula. Just wish it lasted longer. Normally what I do is I do apply them a little bit darker than what I did for this Get Ready With Me video. The reason why I didn't apply it a little bit darker is because I wanted you to see how the look is going to look on me for real in a couple of hours. Because if I would have applied it darker, it would have looked like I'm wearing way too much makeup, but in a couple of hours, it would have faded to what it looks like now, if that makes any sense. So beautiful palette. I'm happy that I picked it up because, like I said, I do love the colors. I think they're really, really pretty. I do have the summer solstice palette, and when it gets closer to summer, I may even play with it now. I'll do a look with that palette too, because I think that that is a really pretty color story as well. Now, I didn't tell you what I used to complete this look. Of course, you know, I used my Holy Grail mascara, which is the Fitglow Beauty Good Lash Plus Mascara. I only put mascara on my top lashes. I never put it on my bottom lashes, just because my lashes are pretty long on the bottom there, and no matter which mascara I use, I always get running and smudging down there, so I just don't use mascara on my bottom lashes. And then I used on my brows the Well People Brow Expressionist Gel in the shade Blonde, my favorite, and my Ride or Die lip color serum from Fitglow is the shade Nudie. I love Nudie. If you guys know me, you know I love this. This is my favorite lip color serum. I wear it every day. I'm almost out of this. I need to pick up another one. That would be like my 5th one. That's how much I love it. So you can also do Ever, Gleam, and Buff would also look really pretty with this look as well, if you have those ones and you don't have Nudie. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this Get Ready With Me, and I will see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are, and I love you. Mwah.